Hello, everybody. I'm Monique Derouen, and this is More Than Massage, the show where we go beyond the table and talk about what's actually happening in our massage businesses. And today I have a very dear friend and someone that I've been mentoring for a little while now, Jackie, and she's going to come on and tell her story about what she's doing, how it's different than what she thought it was, and where she's at now. So, welcome to the show, Jackie. Thanks so much for showing up. Tell us a little bit about your business. How long have you been a body worker, and what were you doing before you and I started working together?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me.
Of
I'm
course.
excited to be here. Just share a little bit about how it went, how it was, and how it is now, right? So how it was, I've been doing massage. Let's see, I graduated massage school in 1993, December of 1993. I happened to fall into massage. It wasn't like it was a passion. Like I was like, yes, I must do this. It was like, oh, I'm really good at this. Ooh, it's something I can do.
Yeah.
So, and my massage teacher, I remember I gave her that test where you're given the hands-on, and literally my teacher sat up off the table and goes, "You have to be on my sports massage team." And I was like, "Ooh, something I don't have to work too hard at." So that's where my mind went. And so I ended up actually, that was in Baltimore. I ended up going to a year-long program in Boulder.
Okay.
And at the time, that was one of the longer programs. It was a year-long program. First thing they taught us actually was how to listen to the body, which
Hmm.
was interesting. That was the first class we had. Stand over the body, ask the body, where does it want you to go? And then check in with the person on the table and see if you're right. Right. So they were teaching us intuition right away. And I did learn energy work. I learned polarity therapy and cranial sacral work. I was introduced to that in Boulder. But I knew at the time I was not ready to do that kind of work, even though I gravitated toward it. So fast forward, here we are, like 30 years plus later, and I'm working on bodies. I'm getting a little older, body's getting sore, hands, knuckles are starting to change, and I'm like, I can't sustain this, right? So I take different things. I take Reiki, I take cranial sacral, I take myofascial, lymphatic drainage, but it was like I would take the courses and I couldn't use them.
Hmm.
Um, I couldn't incorporate them. Lymphatic drainage, I was not really interested in, too slow for me. Um, but yeah, I would get frustrated. I would spend money, take courses, I would get frustrated. Um, Tried to build a business that was sustainable, did multiple coaching, business coaching courses along the way, probably in the last 10 years, but nothing that ever really gave me what I needed. It never gave me strategy. It was
Hmm.
just information like this is what we did, you do it too, right?
Hmm.
Um, and so here I am, I'm getting frustrated. And this is, I think, important is I remember one day, it was probably 2021, maybe 2020. And I'm working in a spa and I'm working on this body, and this calf muscle isn't changing no matter what I'm doing. And I typically do deep tissue neuromuscular therapy, some myofascial release, and Swedish, basic Swedish. So I'm working this calf, nothing's happening. And I remember thinking in my head, why am I so frustrated? I'm so frustrated. And I hear, because, my dear, it's clear as day. You're working on the surface. You're supposed to be working with souls. And I'm like, well, then you better show me what that means, right? I'm like, and what was that? So here I go. Now I'm going to figure that out. And I'm frustrated in my work and I can't figure it out. So I sign up for an integrative mind body coaching program with Kim Guillory,
Yeah.
our coach. And I go in there because I'm like, okay, these people are going to tell me what to do. They're going to change my life. This is going to be awesome. Not really realizing the kind of work that I would actually have to put in. And I had my own, let's say, emotional, mental stuff going on at the time. So I just wasn't really digesting
Okay.
what was being put out. So I left knowing I'd be back because I knew there was something there, but I
Hmm.
just wasn't ready to understand it yet. We'll say that.
Okay.
Now I'm really desperate. because I'm like, I have got to get out of massage. My body's breaking down. And every time I give more than 3 massages, I'm getting exhausted, not really having a life that I want to be living. And now I'm just really getting frustrated. So I signed up for a 2-year intuitive energy healing course because that'll be easier and it's gentler. And all I have to do is just listen. And I do. And it gave me a few tools that I needed. And then I myself went into 12-step recovery. And that gave me a foundation of learning to be uncomfortable.
Mm,
So that's what that gave me. So now here I come back into coach training because I realize that I'm doing intuitive energy healing with people and massage, and people aren't changing.
mm,
They might get a conscious awareness. They may get that aha, but now they can't take it into their daily life to change the patterns and behaviors. And I was seeing it in me too.
mhm.
And I was like, no matter how much energy healing I got, psychic reads, astrology reads, all the things, I couldn't change certain patterns. And I'm like, it's that mindset. Darn it, I'm going back. Here it is. I come back in. So I come back in. That was what, this March?
Yeah.
Come back into the coaching container. And now I'm willing to show up and do the work. Like I'm willing to be, okay, I know how to be uncomfortable now. So give it to me, bring it on,
Yeah.
because I'm ready to change. So within that, that's starting to shift my daily habits and patterns, but business, I'm noticing I don't really know how to make this business work,
Well, we
right?
weren't taught a lot about business, right? I mean, I went to
Mhm.
business school and still didn't learn
Oh,
how to
interesting.
run a business. And I've owned a business since 1998. I think I was
Okay.
18 or 19,
Yeah.
1980,
Yeah.
98, 99, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
However old my kids are.
I remember doing business courses and things in massage school,
Mhm.
but like I had no idea how to like take that. Right? We
Right,
did the whole
right.
business plan.
Yeah, yeah. It's information. It's
Right.
information, not implementation. That's what I learned. I had
Okay.
lots of information.
I did too.
But what do I do with it?
Exactly.
How do I do it, right? So
Yeah.
you come back in, you know now, like you're like, I am desperate. I am digging my heels in. I'm ready to apply this. Yes, this information was amazing. I was not in a space to use it when I learned it. Now I'm ready to come in and apply it. And is that where you and I kind of started talking about the Bodyworker Blueprint?
Yeah. Well, I just knew I needed, I like needed skills. I needed something. That's
Yeah,
all I knew.
yeah,
Right. I knew I had skills. I knew I was good at what I was doing, but I just couldn't get it going.
got it. Got it.
And I was ready to get it going. And I have been traveling to people's homes for years and just working on referrals.
Hmm.
But I really had no idea what I was doing. I was just counting on referrals and like just hoping it would just miraculously build because I would just have this natural talent.
Yeah.
And now everybody's just going to want it, right? And it's going to be
Well,
easy.
I think that's real because a lot of people say if they just get on my table,
Right.
they'll want to come back.
Yeah.
But that wasn't always I mean, I thought that, but that wasn't always what happened,
No.
which is what led me to figure out this blueprint
Yeah.
to make it reusable that we could duplicate because I was like, we got to be missing something.
Mhm.
Our service is amazing. What we do on the table, second to none.
Yeah.
People will always say that was the best I ever received, right? Like we hear that all the time. We
Yeah.
all do. We all hear
Right.
that. But then
Yeah.
they wouldn't rebook. They wouldn't
Right.
stay consistent.
Yeah.
We would just like go grasping at straws when we needed to make another couple $100 to cover the rent or whatever.
Right. Run the special real quick to pull in or do the gift certificates
Oh
before
my
the holidays,
gosh,
like stack the
right?
money, right?
And I see it happening all the time still with body workers. They're like, what do you do when around the holidays? And I'm like, nothing. My clients have been booked out for the entire year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you come back in, you came to the webinar. I was hosting a free webinar.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do free challenges and webinars a lot. I was hosting the free webinar for the Bodyworker Blueprint, and a lot of people on it were confused. They didn't understand what I was saying. They didn't believe me. They had never heard of me. Totally valid. What made you want to invest that day? Because you invested that day.
Yeah,
It
well,
was quick.
one, I know you.
Okay.
Two, I knew what you were, in a sense, going to do
Okay.
because I had been in the container before with Kim and Mallory and all the business containers. So I had a sense of what we were going to do.
It was like a trust, like you trusted me to help you no matter what.
Yeah. And I saw you kind of, maybe not from the very start, but
Mhm.
I watched you for a couple years and I watched you build and I
Okay.
watched you change. And I'm like, she knows what she's doing. I'm going to learn from her.
Okay. 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 That's good because a lot of people don't know me, right? And so
Right.
yeah, so I get it. You already knew me and you had watched me and you had seen the evolution of the business and what I was doing. And so yeah, there was a I want to do that too, right?
Right. And I
Okay.
knew that you could teach me. If anybody was going to show me how to do it,
Oh,
it would be you because I watched you do what I
okay.
wanted to do.
Okay, so I had the proven method because I had done it myself. I had actually done it. I wasn't just throwing up, you can do
Yeah.
this, even though I hadn't done it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, and I also watched your work through the years. So I admired your work. So I was like, something to this, right? So I want to get in on this.
Okay. So you got in
So I
and
got in, and I think right away it was like going over the basics of like, who are you serving? What do you do?
Mhm,
Right? What are they getting? And after we figured that out, it's like, okay, how much do you want to make? Writing the number, having that goal, that target, right? Because now I have something like, okay, I can see something that I'm going to move toward.
mhm,
And then you're like, okay, here are the steps. One, two, three. Like, it's like me. I'm like, oh, I can follow the steps,
mhm,
right? Um, so I could see a path. You created a path.
mm,
That's what you did. So it was like all I had to do was, I mean, I had to do the work,
sure.
but I knew what I was doing. I wasn't like just blindly trying to figure it out. Like you literally gave the strategy.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, all I have to do is follow the strategy. But, and I was willing to do the work, right? Because sometimes we sign up. I've had that in the past where I sign up and I think they're going to do it for me. So
Mm,
I'm like, I know I got to do this, right? So, okay. So now I have this target and I have these things, and this is how we're going to do it. And these are the packages we're going to create to get there. And those packages we talked about, you talked about creating packages to as investments, right?
mm,
People aren't just paying you to come in and feel better, they're investing in their own care. And that's a whole different mindset shift.
mm,
And I thought, yeah, that's what we're doing, right? We don't want people to just come in and feel better and same week, next week they come back or month they come back and it's the same thing. We to see long-term change,
mm.
lasting change. And that made sense to me. Um, and creating that consistency,
Okay. Okay.
that felt safe to my body, to my nervous system. Like, oh, yeah, if I can create this, this feels really solid and
Yeah.
stable.
So would
And
you say that this is something that you can continue to use, continue to duplicate,
yeah,
that you could use this process over and over to grow as much as you wanted, whether you
yeah,
had me in the future or not?
no, yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
that was my
sure.
intention. My
Yeah,
intention was to build out something that did have step by step, had the path. Obviously, we have to plug in your personal business information, but
right.
that you could take this and use it over and over and over again.
Yeah. And then when I started, doubting myself, the coaching
Okay.
piece too, right? Of how you helped us through that stuff. Like, well, how am I going to sell these packages? My clients aren't used to that,
Mm,
right? How am I going to offer this to them? Who's going to pay for that, right? My mind says, who's going to pay for that?
yeah.
Um, and just really helping us see like this is what we're doing. This is what you're doing for your client and yourself, right? It's an investment in both because for me, um, shifting in this way, it creates consistency. So it allows, hmm, almost like a confidence in my own self. Like all I had to do was, follow the steps. And as I followed the steps in it and it started to work, it was like, oh, I can do this. Right. And I think that really helped. And I do, and I'm seeing changes in my clients too. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So the blueprint itself was like this fail-proof path as long as you plugged in, but also having the mind body coaching from
Hmm.
me whenever the mind got crazy or started telling you intrusive thoughts or whatever, or your nervous system was dysregulated.
Yeah.
What I understand really helped you continue on the path because a lot of people don't even know what coaching is. I get this all the time from body workers. They're like, well, yeah, but I don't want to coach. What would
Right.
you say to somebody, a body worker, who maybe doesn't really understand what coaching is, who is like, yeah, I would love to take the blueprint, but I don't know about coaching, Monique. That's not really what I do.
Hmm.
What would you say to that?
You mean, why is it important
Yeah,
for a
like
body
like
worker?
why is that different than any other business program you ever took? Like having the coaching aspect of
Um,
it from the mind, from the integrative mind body coaching, not just a regular coach, not just
okay.
a life coach or a business coach, but the way that we coach,
Yeah.
our framework.
Yeah. Um, well, for one, there's nothing like it.
I agree. I
I have
agree.
a bias.
I do too. I'm with you. In fact, Kim
But
and I just talked about this, and that was my answer. It was like, I've never experienced anything like this before. So I'm with you.
yeah,
But yeah, go ahead. I'd love to hear your, viewpoint as a client who came in for business help,
yeah. Because basically what it does, you're not telling us what to do.
right?
You're asking those questions where we have to go in and provide our own answers. What feels right to me,
Hmm.
right? Or what feels right to you? Um, and moving from your own truth. But that's important. And then the other piece is literally bringing us into the body. So
Mm.
that mind body coaching piece, because I could be, you could have given me the strategy and told me what to do. But when my nervous system starts freaking out and I get nervous, right? Um, you know, you could have given me the strategy, the path, which was awesome. I can use that now forever. But as I took that path, there were times where my mind was telling me that maybe I couldn't do this. Like maybe I was just making it all up in my head. Maybe it was all just a dream, a fantasy, because I'm really good at that. A fantasy, that I was creating for myself. And it was all just a lie. Yeah, the mind body coaching piece is absolutely imperative for that
Mhm.
because we need to work through that stuff. I needed to work through that stuff to continue on the path. And most people do not regulate the body like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because now we have the mind's going, yeah, I'm going to do this. And the
Mm.
body's like, no, we're not. We
Yeah.
haven't done
Yeah.
this
Right.
before.
So I've talked to a lot of body workers about that because they're like, yeah, yeah, I already know that. Yeah, I already know that. And I was like, but then why aren't you doing it?
Yeah,
It's like if you know it, why aren't you doing it?
yeah,
And so there's confusion, like it doesn't work because something in them shuts them down or builds the barrier or whatever, right? And so I love that you said that like sure, the framework and the path was there, but when I went to go do it,
mhm,
something in me came up that it was hard to keep going.
yeah,
And so yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, that's the beauty of integrative mind body coaching for me as well. Whenever I am the student, is that like, yeah, these dreams and these plans are huge and they
yes,
totally make sense and we want to do it, but then why don't we get the results? Why don't we actually do it?
yeah.
You know?
And the mind is saying, like, I want to do that. Like you
Oh, I
like
believe it.
want to do it.
I always
But your
believe that.
body is just like, yeah, that might not be a good
Yeah. Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Or something else is more important, or that's too expensive. Like, or like it'll give us other excuses, for lack of a better word, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I could do it if. I could do it if the economy were good. I could do it if it were a better time of year. I could do it if.
Oh yeah, proving all that stuff wrong.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
mind body coaching helps with that.
yeah.
It's like just coming up against that, like all the what ifs,
Hmm.
all the stories that our mind creates about any of it.
Right, right.
Working through that. That's a huge piece because I could never get through there. I have tried multiple times to do things, and every time I would just freeze and get stopped and go back to what was familiar and just be so frustrated and convince myself that it doesn't work.
It
See?
doesn't work. Yeah. So I'll just keep working my knuckles to the bone,
Yeah.
surviving, making ends meet, struggling during winter,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm used to. That's
Yeah.
it, I pay my bills. It's okay. I'm fine.
Yeah. Everybody else is doing it.
Right, right. Well, and that's it,
Why
right?
should you be
So,
special?
well, and when we find people that have the same story, now it locks it in as truth. It's like, oh, see, that happened to them, it happened to me. It's true. We're the same. And so I think my intention is to show body workers a completely different side.
Mm,
That yes, this is true. This does happen, but also this could happen and this could happen. And you could even have this.
yeah.
And I know that I come in because I'm so excited of the transformation that I've had and that my clients have had. And I'm like, come join us and do all these things. And I get really excited. And a lot of people are like, yeah, right. So I love that you came in, you proved the theory to be correct, the path worked for you, the framework is there, you're able to use it over and over again with or without me in the future.
Yeah.
That we broke through those limitations and those blocks for you that you can keep going forward and build this business that you want. So,
Yeah.
uh, wow, all good.
Yeah.
So, you came in the Bodyworker Blueprint. After a few weeks of in there, we talked about a somatic training. Um,
Mhm.
and I told you I would be happy to come to you if you could gather up enough people. And you did. You hit the target. You gathered up enough people. You found a beautiful location for us to go. We're so thankful for Rebecca's little massage studio that we could use.
Yeah.
And tell me about the somatic workshop as a body worker, as someone who's done intuitive energy for years, who's massaged for years, who's done craniosacral therapy, you know, how was the CE class for you, the somatic CE class for you?
Well, I don't even know if I can actually put that into words, but I'm going to try
Okay.
because I'm a feeler.
Okay.
Necessarily always articulate it well, but guess what? We're going to try. Um, I think for me, really just permission to just listen.
Mm,
It was literally it's like it's okay to just place your hands and listen.
okay.
Not have that for me personally, not to feel like I have to be doing something.
Okay. Okay. I
Um,
like it.
yeah, like I didn't feel the pressure to have to be doing it. It's like, no, just place your hands and listen.
Mm,
And then you showed us different techniques, but really, in the end, you are just listening and following where the body takes you. And what a beautiful thing, because then the body becomes like this canvas. It's almost like an art form. You just listen. Um, but I liked the somatic tracking piece that you um, helped us with about, when you come upon a space where you can feel they're holding tension. And you can ask the questions to bring them in to their own body and also that pain scale of where they're at. And then as you ask those questions, when you check back in, the pain's miraculously gone,
it's gone.
just
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
So I think that was a big, like, I like that piece. And I think that's great for the client too, because they're like, wow. And you can do that online or in person. You don't have to have your hands on
Yeah.
them. So then it opens up that world for me of being able to work fully online,
Mm.
um, and,
So,
and, and travel the world.
yeah, absolutely. So, Somatic body work helped your clients differently. You've worked with some of these people for many, many years. They've never done this type of body work before.
Yeah.
You've done deep tissue with them, and now you're doing a very light touch, very intentional, very
Yeah.
nervous system regulation. How did they respond to this change? Because you just brought it in one day. You didn't even, let anybody know. You were just like, this is what we're doing now. This is the body work that I have. And
Yeah. A lot of my clients that I've had for years, I've hybrided it. So, it's like maybe I'll have them face down and I'll do the regular massage. But then when I turn them over, I'm like, you want to try something different?
okay,
So a lot of them, I did it that way. Now I'm moving them all just you don't need to get undressed.
yeah. How
Um,
are they responding to that?
you know, After doing it with them and they feel the results, they're like, wow, you barely did anything. And now I like have a shoulder again.
Yeah.
One client, she's like, what shoulder? She had been in chronic pain all summer with that shoulder. And I worked on her one time and she was totally fine. She was like, it's gone. I was like, cool.
Wow.
Um, two of the clients that I've worked on for years now, they have very, very tight bodies.
Mhm.
I mean, one he has to roll out his back before he actually gets on the table. And I did a session with him, and that was very, I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. The one thing I have to say is how it showed up in his body. I was working in the abdomen, literally doing really light, like a little bit of myofascial stuff, a little bit of Reiki. And because I could feel that area just holding something. And not necessarily that any emotion was released, but the yawning.
Mhm.
I mean, he just yawned and yawned, I think, for like 20 minutes. It just kept coming and coming. And I was like, this is interesting. And when he got off the table, he was like, oh my God, I feel great. I mean, he just looked different. He was smiling. Um, I said, you got to tell me how you sleep tonight because he really doesn't sleep well, hasn't for years. Um, and he was like, I slept awesome. That's the best sleep I've had. Like I was like,
Yeah, that's a lot of feedback that I get from people too, is that I haven't slept that good in years.
yeah. And my other client, her neck,
Hmm.
it's just where everything just, and I did, the first time I worked with her, I did the technique where we help let the head hang off the back of the table to open this up, and just kind of did some gentle work in here. And when she's like, this is the best, she's like, it's never released like this, right? And then the next time, maybe 2, 3 weeks later, I hadn't seen her. She'd been traveling and she gets on the table and I'm like, oh, your shoulders and neck. So I did some really gentle work in that area. And when she got off the table, she could actually move her neck. She usually can't turn her head very well.
Love it.
She
Love
was
it.
like, wow, okay, you know?
So we have data, provable. She could turn her neck again. If we were to measure that, we would see that her range of motion is different. How is it for you as a body worker who was who's been in this field for 30 years, who was saying earlier about, your body starting to hurt, your knuckles,
Yeah.
inflammation, all that kind of stuff. How are you doing as a therapist with this style of body work?
Well, okay, there's a couple things I noticed that are awesome.
Tell
Well, one, my hands don't ache, which is great. My body doesn't I don't come home and have to get in like an Epsom salt bath and like stretch and do
me.
all the things to try to release the tension that I'm carrying. My body feels good. I don't get exhausted. I mean, I was literally at the beginning of the summer. I quickly got that I could only do really 3 90-minute sessions in a day, it was just, I mean, I would just have to come home and nap. It was just wiping me out. Um, I don't feel that anymore. I can do 3 of those sessions and I'm like, I'm still full of energy, which is a great feeling. And the other piece that I noticed that I love, just like when you do energy healing and you run the energy, their energy moves, so does yours. You get the healing too. So when I'm doing that work, my nervous system, because of that co-regulation, right? So my nervous system settles, their nervous system settles, everybody's settled. And it almost feels like somebody's working on me while I'm working on someone else because it's just the whole energy of the room, all the nervous systems just like
Yeah.
asleep.
So no energy vampiring going on here.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
I love that for you.
Mm-mm. It's great. It's great. I mean, it's just amazing work. One of my friends, Kim, who took the class with me, she's telling everybody about it, and they're all coming to see me because she doesn't quite feel ready to do it yet. I'm like, come on, Kim, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been practicing with her, but
Well,
um, yeah, so just lots of great feedback. And I feel like I could do this. Like you could do that work into your old age if you wanted to. Like,
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. And I love it because the results are there. It's minimal energy and effort from me as the practitioner. I can do it for many, many, many years. Kind of the
mhm.
same thing. I'm charged up. I'm not exhausted. It feels good to my body. And the clients,
Yeah,
what the clients say on the table and after has
yeah,
been the biggest reward for me, because like I taught you, this is an investment in their health and their future. It's not just my back hurts, let me get on the table. Now, if you want to cater to those clients, that's cool. Go do that. We're not
hmm
talking to you. We're
hmm
not sharing this for you.
yeah,
We're sharing this for the practitioner that has been worked for years, knows that there's something more, wants to help people long term, wants to have a sustainable career for the rest of their lives, wants to make good money doing it
yeah,
without burning out, right? And stop trading those dollars for hours and really be able to help people change and heal their bodies long term. So that's who I'm talking to when I talk about this. Do you agree that that's kind of
yeah,
what this
yeah,
modality
for
and
sure.
work is for? Okay,
I
cool.
mean, for me, I'm like, why would you want to do any other kind of work? Like,
Yeah.
why would you want to
Well, I
put
think
so
there
much effort when you can
here's
get even
here's the thing. Here's where I'm gonna bounce on you on that. Sorry, I don't want to
okay?
interrupt, but I want to cut you off because I think what happens is clients go in and they
Mhm.
say, "Give me the deepest work you can do," because they can't actually feel and they need to feel something. And
Yeah.
they've been turned off from everything, but they can feel pain and they can feel pressure. And
Mhm.
so I remember digging my body into people, physically standing on them almost, trying to give them the pressure that they wanted.
Yeah.
And they would say, you can do more, you can do deeper. So I think especially with newer therapists, I've seen this, there's a confusion if I give deep work, the harder it is, the better the result is for the client. And what I learned is if we come in with this gentle approach and we get that nervous system to drop, and we use the exact method that I teach in the somatic therapy training classes, that body will get the deepest work it's ever had in an hour, in 90 minutes, in 2 hours, and it will stay with them. And
Yeah.
the therapist doesn't have to hurt themselves, and we don't have to have their nervous system pushing back, and it's a win-win for both parties.
Yeah.
So for me, it was about marketing and messaging and promoting this in a way that clients could understand the benefits. Because if I say I'm going to go in and I'm going to barely touch you, they're like, I don't want that shit. Right. But if you're like, you love deep tissue, you've been doing this for years, let me get as deep as you've ever been before. Let me
Yeah.
show you what that's like.
Yeah.
This is deep in the tissues of the system.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree.
And
Even just,
yeah,
yeah.
so
I mean, just being on the table last week for 30 minutes, I was on for 30 minutes. Halfway through, I was like, oh my God, this is better than any massage I've had in 30 years.
Right?
I'm so relaxed. And it's almost like I'm asleep, but I'm aware
Yeah.
because my nervous system is just so like calm.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling.
I
I
agree. I'm
get
with
addicted to that.
you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, so now you did the Bodyworker Blueprint. We taught you how to make money. We taught you how to package. We taught you how to have a consistent schedule. We gave you this new modality that now your clients are loving. They're getting results with. You can do online or in person. You can hybrid it anywhere. And now you fell in love with this and you wanted to teach it. So
Yeah.
Jackie's coming. She's going to be my teaching assistant here in a couple weeks. We're going to have a class in November 21 and 22 here in Glenwood Springs. She's
Mhm.
going to assist me with that. And then she's going to get to teach her own class here soon. So she's going to be taking this same work into her area. She's in Idaho. She'll be able to hit Washington, Idaho, anywhere around that area. So if you are a body worker and you are considering learning about somatic massage or bringing this into your practice, make sure that you follow Jackie, you stay connected with us, because she'll be teaching some classes there. So anything that you want to add on about the workshop that you're going to be able to be hosting here very soon?
I would just say if you want to learn to do really deep work that has long-term results for your client and you want to have a career, long-lasting, sustainable career where your body isn't breaking down and you really want to help people because somatic work really truly helps people, I feel like. The training, come see me. The training, it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. And honestly, for other trainings that are more expensive, um, I mean, you get everything in this training, and it's a great price for what you get compared to some of the other trainings out there. Yeah. And you are literally treating the whole system, not just pieces of a system, but the whole system. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. So if they want to treat the system, we have a somatic workshop for that. If they want to learn how to multiply their income without burning out and taking control of their schedule, we have a product for that.
Mhm.
Um, if they want to come in and do what I've done and what you're learning to do now and what you'll eventually be, teaching people to do, they can come in and be a mind body coach. They can
Yeah.
take our continued education classes. They can come in and be a part of our business as well.
Yeah.
We have those opportunities there. So, maybe that's a better fit for someone who wants to go teach these modalities as well.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone who wants that?
Well, I would say I love the container that we are in that has been built for us because everything is in that container and it literally is all around the mind body piece, right? That alignment between mind and body. It's like everything's online. And if you're having trouble with business, we can help you here. If you're having trouble with body work, we can help you here. It's like it's just that mind body piece in all of it. And it's like it's almost like you're held in it, embraced in it. And I think you're not going to get that anywhere else.
Yeah,
I
I
hope that
agree.
answers your question.
No, 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 I agree. I mean, that's why I've been there so long. I've
Yeah.
I've tiptoed out. I've tried other containers, other things,
Hmm.
and I was disappointed. I let him keep my money. I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
what I need isn't here. I don't
Yeah.
receive what I need. And so um luckily for me, I never ventured far and I wasn't gone, you know, I never did it long. I kind of simultaneously tried a couple of things
Mhm.
and then one day I just said I'm all in. I'm all in with this.
Yeah.
And so I have not ventured outside of our, business models since
Yeah.
because they work. I get the results.
They do, and I've seen it work with not just you, but many.
Oh
and
yeah.
myself. And yeah, you're not going to get that anywhere else. And I feel like if I would say to people, like, if I don't even know how to say it, but like, if you want a container that literally you can get all your needs met in that container and grow as a person individually, right? And your business and your clients, like, come on in. I have not yet been in a container like that.
Okay.
I've been in a lot.
Yeah. So I guess my final question for you is, what did you think you were going to get in the
Mm.
Bodyworker Blueprint and the Somatic workshop versus what you actually took away from it? Just
Uh,
wrap it up for me.
um,
Give me a couple good sentences with what that looked like for you.
I literally like got a blueprint for life
Mm. And what did you
all the
think?
way around, in both trainings,
Yeah.
in the business training and the somatic training. It's like I got a system that works, a system that I can use on my own if I choose. Um, that's always going to work. And that's sustainable. I think that's a big piece.
Mhm.
And I love that it's like it's always evolving, right? I think the coaching piece is important in that to keep the evolving going. But it's like you're just constantly growing in your business, in your work, as an individual, your clients in front of you, because of course, as you evolve, how can they not evolve? So, um, I got a system like literally for life. Yeah.
And what did you think it was going to be like, or what did you expect when you were coming in?
I mean, maybe I thought okay, well, here's some things I can use, you know, like to piece together, to pull in, to use. But no, it's like cohesive. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
all just flows together. I think I just thought I was going to get pieces of things that I could like plug in and use here and there, you know, but I got a whole system that's embodied, literally. Yeah, that I
Good
can
deal.
use for a lifetime. Hmm.
Jackie, how can people find you? Um,
Well, let's see. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Jackie Hudiburg. And then JackieHudiburg.com is my website, which is in the process. You can find me there. It is being revamped for my new stuff. But yeah, those are the places they can find me.
Awesome. Any last thoughts or anything you want to say before we wrap up this show?
I would say if anybody's struggling in their business, in their work, they want to change, body workers especially, right? If they're just feeling burnout, like you won't get burnout with this work. Um, and if you're chasing the money and trying to figure out how to make it work, like the blueprint. If you have no idea how to do business, the blueprint. If you want consistency in your work, again, that's sustainable, I would say the blueprint. Yeah.
Awesome.
And of course, there's nothing like the mind-body connection work. Yeah.
Sure.
Very powerful work. So it's I think everybody should learn it, but
Should be taught in school.
you get to choose.
Can you imagine? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
thank you. Thank
Thank
you for showing up and doing what you do.
thank you for being
Yeah,
here. All
I
right, we're
appreciate
going
it.
to wrap up the More Than Massage show today. Thank you so much to our special guest. And remember that you are doing great work and you deserve to be supported too. So that's what we do here in the More Than Massage show. We talk about how to support ourselves on the table, in the rooms, and outside. I'm Monique Derwin. Thanks so much for joining us.